Shut up and sit down.
Welcome back to the Pop Culture Podcast, episode 308. I'm Jay.
I'm Adrian, and we're back for 2 weeks. Yeah, we only took a week off.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, cool. We got 2 weeks worth of stuff to talk about.
Oh, we're supposed to talk about stuff from last week, too?
I hope not. This Notebook. Well, you know what? My movies are some stuff from last
Actually,
week.
I take it back. Some of the TV shows I watched were last week. We're good. We're fine.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what? How about this? We talk about what we want, but we'll drink for 2 weeks.
You got more, right?
Yep.
Okay. We really need to just start setting up a cooler or something right here.
I thought about it. I actually thought about it. But since I hurt my back, I was like, well, you know what? I'll use the Price is Right moment as just to get up and stretch a little.
There you go.
So, there we go. So this week, we picked up
This is interesting.
Georgetown Brewing Company's Seattle Pale Ale. It's called the Home Shows. It is a Pearl Jam beer. So you see, it's got the Pearl Jam logo. It's got the flag. Because they're playing local home shows right now.
They are literally playing tonight.
Yeah. And they put the flag up over the Space Needle. So I thought this would be kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
I like that it says, please refrigerate. Warm beer sucks.
True story.
Because it does. So banding together to fight homelessness. Part of the proceeds go to homelessness.
Yeah, it's the Vitology Foundation, right?
I don't know for sure. I don't remember.
Pretty sure. I know that's Pearl Jam's like charity that they run.
Then I'm guessing that's what it is.
All right.
And I like Georgetown's beer.
Yeah, no, it's good.
They make Manny's, which I like. They make Lucia, which I like.
Yep.
So we're going to try the Home Shows.
We're going to be classy and pour it into a glass.
You don't have to. I don't like drinking from cans.
Oh, I have no problem with it. I was somewhere at a bar a couple of months ago. I don't even remember where now. And, I was at, have you been to Lombardi's?
The one on Mill Creek or in Everett?
Either, but yeah, Everett.
Yeah.
Everett. So they've got the bar in there.
Yeah.
Jess and I just went in there. We're just going to sit at the bar. We don't need a table, whatever. So we eat dinner and we're having drinks. I had an old fashioned, and then afterwards, I'm like, I'm good for just a beer. So I ordered a beer. I don't remember what it was, but it came in a can or a bottle, one of the two. And the bartender's like, all right, yeah, you want a glass of that? I'm like, no, I'm from Everett. I'm white trash enough. I'm just going to drink this straight out the container.
There you go. My Jess likes Lombardi's.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Which reminds me, after we'll try this beer, I'll tell you about a horrible cocktail experience I had recently.
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. So my first note, very hop heavy.
Very hop heavy.
But then it's got this citrus that comes in at the end that kind of, for me, it's okay.
It was more grapefruit than I was expecting. That grapefruit really hit me.
Okay.
But I like it.
See, here's the other interesting thing. So before I came, I ate Indian food. So my palate is probably very different than yours right now.
It's possible.
I didn't have anything to clear it.
Do you want some sorbet?
No, I'm good.
All right. I mean, it's good sorbet. I've been taking a little bit of the sorbet and then shaking it really hard with whiskey and drinking it. It's delightful.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chills it. You get sorbet, get whiskey. Everyone goes home happy.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so your horrible cocktail experience.
Yeah, so we went to Daniel's Broiler.
Okay.
Which you would and we went to their Prime 21 room.
Sure.
Which is where I had the Frank Sinatra Select.
Yeah.
So this is a high-end steakhouse with a private whiskey room.
Right.
And I'm thinking I'm going to have a good experience here. I didn't. I
No.
didn't. First thing I ordered was, it's happy hour. Let me try your Daniel's Manhattan on the rocks. And I'm watching her make it. Pulls out the jigger. Fine. Some places have like requirements.
Yeah.
Does 2 ounces of bourbon, a shit ton of bitters, stirs it, and pours it on rocks and gives it to me.
Well, I'm sorry, what? How?
I will overlook the ice that you picked up with your bare hands. I don't give a shit. I'll overlook it. Overlook it.
Okay.
But I don't know if you knew this or not, but a Manhattan's is 2/3 whiskey of choice, 1/3 vermouth, dash of bitters.
Yeah.
No vermouth whatsoever.
Ugh.
And I already knew I got on this girl's annoying side because I asked her a couple questions
Yeah.
that she already didn't know the answers to.
Okay. Okay.
And I really wanted to be like, oh, what vermouth did you use in here? Because I know the answer is going to be none.
So here's my question. You said this was on happy hour.
Yeah.
What was the happy hour price?
$12.
Fucking for a happy hour?
Yep.
I mean, I know it's Upstairs Steakhouse, whatever, but fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was expecting something that I wanted to drink. Instead, I was like, let's work through this and go neat for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Which is what I did.
Okay. How was the
Frank Sinatra Select?
Yeah.
Best Jack Daniels I've ever had in my life. It was phenomenal. Phenomenal.
I might have to try it at some point.
Okay, let's go.
It's okay.
Let's go.
Just,
Look, here's the deal. On happy hour, you can get a burger with fries for $8. It's one of the best burgers you'll get because
Okay.
it's just their ground
Right.
stuff. They grind it there.
Yeah.
$8, you get the whiskey, call it a night.
Yeah. All right. I could probably make that work.
Actually, I'm having a meeting with Aziz next week.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I tried to convince him to do that, but we have to meet earlier, so I still have that plan in my head. That's what I want to do.
Well, yeah. I mean, lunch happy hour, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what have you been watching?
So I was gone for a bit.
Yep.
So I didn't get a lot of TV watching in.
Okay.
But I got a couple things. Nashville series finale.
okay.
It's done.
That's it.
Gone.
Hayden Panettiere is now out of a job.
Yes. But two of the characters from the show already have jobs on other shows, so they don't care. There's a lot of back and forth online about how it ended. Because typically, if you know this is going to be your last season, right? You don't get like canceled in the middle.
Right.
It's like scheduled end. They will write the season to wrap up all the loose ends.
Of course.
Put a nice bow on it, send them off. Did not happen in this show.
Oh.
There was a lot of things that were left open-ended.
Like big storylines or like small stuff just for the fans?
A little of both.
Okay.
Okay. There was characters that you kind of just didn't see their storyline resolve. So you don't know what happened to them. There's other characters where you see big things happen to them in the very end scene, but you're like, well, how did they get to that point? Because it was a 3 months later type thing.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, so there's debate going online about whether it was good or not. It ended with, because obviously it's a show about music, it ended with one of the main characters doing a show at the Grand Ole Opry, calling another character up onto the stage, and then another character comes, and eventually it's the entire fucking cast and crew up on stage, and then I cannot remember the EP of the show, whose name I can't remember off the top of my head, steps forward and just says, "Thanks guys for a great 6 seasons. We appreciate all the support and love you've given us through this, and we're glad that you stuck it out with us." So that was the very closing of the show.
Right, that was it.
And that was it.
Okay.
So I don't know. On one hand, it was kind of cool that it went out that way. On the other hand, I'm like, well, what the hell happened with all this other stuff that we've been talking about for 6 years?
It leaves you open for fan fiction now, buddy.
Well,
fan fiction.
So one of the things I read is it left it open for the potential of a couple years down the road, the show being picked back up and them jumping back in.
Which I don't like that. Stop planning your shows that, hey, something might still pick you up.
And I'm
Just
not saying,
fucking wrap it up.
I'm not saying that that's why they did it that way.
Sure,
but
I
somebody
understand.
said that at least this is one thing we get. Anyways, so that show's over. I finished season 1 of Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, okay. I haven't started it at all, so
Okay.
I'm curious to hear what you have to say.
It's like 80% good. And by 80%, I mean the cast is 80% good.
Uh-oh.
I don't really like the guy that plays Cloak.
He does not seem dark enough.
No. And he comes from a middle class family, and I'm like,
Nah, man.
Anyways.
Cloak is hood. He's
right. But for the most part, I really liked it. I sent you a message though, because in I think it's episode 8, they fridge a character,
yes.
and I'm like, 1, super ballsy for a show on Freeform, and 2, direct this is what it's a Green Lantern storyline. Because of Kyle Rayner's girlfriend.
Alex.
Yeah. So I just thought it was funny that that's a trope that or not a trope, but
It's an effective writing tool.
okay, sure. But I mean, it's a term that they use in comics for when they kill off a main character's significant other. Oh, they so and so got fridged. Even if they didn't get killed and put in a fridge, that's just. So it was just funny that they actually put that into this show.
Did they actually get put into a fridge?
Oh yeah.
yes.
Like legitimately, like
I
beat
love
to
it.
hell and stuffed in a fridge.
Now I want to watch this show on fucking principle. And Lord, please, if there is a God in this world, please let one of the executive producers or writer be Ron Mars. Just
Oh, that
fucking
would be great.
Sticking it to Gail Simone.
I haven't even looked that up. I wonder if he does have any writing credits on
Oh my God.
That'd be fun.
I would I would cry from happiness for days. Days.
All right, yeah. So, anyways, finished season 1 of that. It's good. It's all on Hulu and wherever else you watch
it's
things.
wherever you get your series nowadays.
Still going with Animal Kingdom. I think we got there was an episode tonight, and I think we got 2 more episodes, and then the season's over. It's good. It continues to be good. Good action, good whatever. I like
Sure.
it. Watch it. And then I'm like 3 episodes away from finally finishing all of Jersey Shore.
Wait, all the original Jersey Shore,
Yeah.
or 3 episodes from including the recent?
I haven't watched the Family Vacation at all.
Okay.
This is the original, from several years ago. I watched it at lunch. I'll just sit in my car and I put it on. I'm like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. I'm just eating my carrots and watching Jersey Shore.
Right.
So, I think that's all I've watched for TV. It's been slow.
Okay.
It's been
No,
super slow.
That's cool. I got a couple things. Some I'll just touch on. Season 9 of The Office. I'm there. Last season. Struggling through. We can all agree this season should never have been made, with
No.
one exception. They should have released a holiday special and still did Dwight Christmas. With Bel Schnickel.
Oh, that was season 9.
That's season 9. That is the only redeeming thing in
Oh.
season 9 is Bel Schnickel.
I always gave that more credit and thought it was somewhere in 5 or 6.
No, season 9.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only good thing about that season.
So in my mind, you ended with season 8 and then just did a holiday special.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Jessica and I just watched the newest season of Iron Chef Gauntlet.
Okay.
For those of you who are not familiar with Iron Chef, it was the original cooking show that actually meant something.
Yeah.
To be an Iron Chef, it started in Japan, really meant something.
Right.
Bobby Flay was the first American to ever win the Iron Chef in Japan. There's only 11 Iron Chefs in America. So we watched the Iron Chef Gauntlet, which how
Okay.
that works is they started with 8 chefs, and then when they got down to the best chef, they had to compete against 3 different Iron Chefs,
Okay.
which is why it's called the Gauntlet.
Sure.
So the first round was Bobby Flay with peppers,
Okay.
and of course, they reveal the secret ingredient. She chooses who she wants to go up against,
Oh,
and she chose Bobby Flay.
bold move.
Bold move. And obviously, he destroyed her.
Oh, of course.
It wasn't even a challenge. The second one was a cheese, and she went against Michael Simon,
Okay.
and she won, but by a good margin.
Okay.
Because while his dish was amazing, he didn't showcase cheese enough.
Okay. Yeah.
The last one was Chef Morimoto
Oh, fuck.
and fish.
Oh.
She made 1 dish, he made 5.
Uh-huh.
She only won by a single point
How
because
did she win it all?
he did 5 dishes. They didn't like one of the 5, so they held
Oh.
that against him.
Shitty.
Yeah,
Okay.
but since she won against Simon by so much, she's now the 11th American Iron Chef. She won.
All right.
I just love that. Even in this, you fucking don't beat Bobby Flay.
No.
Don't beat Bobby Flay.
Nobody beats Bobby Flay.
So watch that. Started Bobby Flay's barbecue addiction.
No. They should really just rename it the Bobby Flay Network.
This is all on Hulu because they added all this stuff to Hulu now.
Oh, okay.
And the reason I want to do the barbecue addiction is I've been grilling a lot.
Okay.
So I'm trying to cut out food, calories. It's also been super hot.
Yeah.
So grilling is great. It's outside.
It's outside, yeah.
So I just want some grilling tips. Really what I want is one of the green eggs.
The what?
It's a green egg. It's a grill and smoker. It's probably Weber's best designed barbecue
Okay.
that you can buy.
Yeah.
But the problem is I don't have an enclosed backyard.
True
So
story.
I'm not willing to invest $600 in
Oh.
something that may easily be stolen
Yeah.
as I don't have an enclosed backyard.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay.
Ron. Remember Ron?
Yeah.
Ro-
Yeah.
Since we don't have a nickname for him, I'm just
Just-
trying to be.
just Ron.
Just Ron. Like he smoked his Thanksgiving turkey in his green egg,
Okay.
but you can also grill in it, and you can also do like a lot of different things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
The G1 tournament is going on with New Japan Wrestling right now.
God, I'm so confused by what's happening on that.
So the G1 tournament, while I try to watch all the New Japan pay-per-views, I just can't watch all the G1 stuff. There's 3 or 4 a week
Yeah.
in each. So there's 3 or 4 televised things each week, but each one's about 3 or 4 hours.
Oh
I don't have 12 hours to devote to New Japan.
no.
So the way it works, folks, is you have bracket A and bracket B, and you have matches. So it's Kenny Omega versus Okada, Kenny Omega versus Ibushi, Kenny Omega versus Sonata, Kenny versus Evil. And you get points by how much you win and how much you lose.
Okay.
So whoever from bracket A, when it's over, has the most points, goes up against who has bracket B with the most points.
Sure.
Winner faces the champ.
Okay.
That's how that works.
Okay. So, as I've said before, I get most of my wrestling news from Reddit
Sure.
and Instagram. So I just keep seeing all these posts about G1, and I'm like, wait, how many? What?
A lot.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
a lot of G1.
Okay.
The hard part about the G1 is it's also where they use to set up their storylines for the next year.
Okay.
So when I know this sounds silly, I view the G1 like a trade paperback.
Okay.
I don't have time for all those single issues. So when the G1 is done, I sit down and I watch a YouTube compilation,
Oh, yeah,
which is
yeah.
about 3-4 hours.
Wow.
But I'll watch that because that's my trade. It
Okay.
cut out some of the matches, gives me the storyline, sets me up for next year. Because I don't have the 36 hours to watch, but I got the 3.
Right.
So G1's going on right now. And man, Tommy Tonga is killing it in regards to just destroying the Bullet Club and bringing it back to what it was.
Okay.
Raw and SmackDown, we all know I watch it. Moving on. I mean, that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
I watch it.
Yeah.
The Joe McHale show with Joe McHale. So it came back
Uh-huh.
for 6 new episodes.
Right.
But they dropped all at the same time.
Oh.
So instead of it
different
being
than
topical, these episodes are all just like, hey, here's some funny stuff.
yeah.
Which I don't like as much because it's not topical.
Right.
Just dropped. So whatever.
Okay.
We're still watching MasterChef because it's still going on. And Gordon Ramsay's 24 Hours of Hell still going on.
Okay.
So that's it for television for me.
All right. Are you all caught up on Hot Ones?
No, I have not watched the newest one.
Okay.
Rooker?
Al Rooker.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Roker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Rooker, Al Roker.
Yeah. Right.
Those are the 2.
There.
Are you all caught up?
I am all caught up.
Okay.
So I want to touch briefly on the Rich Brian and Joji episode.
Yeah. The 2 rap stars, I guess you call them. Like, I don't know.
They're
who the
musical
fuck they are.
artists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're.
I think Joji has the record for the most sweat on the earliest wing at this point.
Oh, yeah. He broke wing 1.
Like, it was crazy because I saw him when he was on the first time as a solo guest, and he seemed fine. Like, he handled it. It was all right. And then this time, like, yeah, wing 1, he's like, oh. By wing 4, there's sweat coming out of his face. Wing 8, he's like wiping every 5 seconds.
Yep.
So I think he sets the bar for the most sweat earliest on now.
So wing 1 is Howler Monkey.
Yeah. Have you had Howler Monkey?
I have some.
Oh, okay.
It is definitely hotter than Tabasco or Sriracha or Louisiana or
Sure.
Crystal.
Okay.
So I think Howler, and if you want, like, I'm getting ready for another beer. We'll grab some Howler Monkey.
Okay, sure.
I think that, even though it's number 1, is what season 4 would have been like 3 or 4.
Right.
It is spicier.
Okay.
But with that said, once you get past number 1, the increment until you get to number 8 it's much more gradual.
Right.
Whereas before, it used to make that leap around 4 or 5.
Yeah.
This is a much more gradual. They just start you off a little bit more on there.
Okay. I actually just found out that there's a bar in downtown Everett that does a wing challenge, and I may be trying it soon.
There's a place in Kirkland that does it as well.
Wing Dome?
Yes.
Yeah. But this one's like 2 blocks from my apartment.
Sure. I
Yeah.
don't blame you.
Do you know, have you seen Fuego, the new cocktail bar downtown?
I know Fuego, the store in Alderwood Mall that sells Chotskis.
Did you ever go to the old Lucky Dog Sports?
Yeah.
So it's gone.
Okay.
And Fuego is what's in its place now.
Okay.
They build this. Okay.
Oh, no.
Fucking rant time.
Oh, no.
They bill themselves as a cocktail bar.
Okay.
Fuego Cocktail Bar. Which to me is an upscale bar you go into and you order a cocktail.
That's right. That's what a cocktail bar is.
Right. But no, they have like trash cans on special and dance area and like DJs on Fridays and Saturday nights, and
That is not a cocktail bar. That is a bar.
their cocktails are like an AMF. That's a cocktail. So they mean they specialize in things with liquor in them instead of just beer.
Sure.
And I'm like, that's not a cocktail bar.
No, it is not.
I was so excited when I saw the sign, and then I saw their Facebook. I'm like, fuck it, no. Not gonna do it.
A cocktail bar is like the place I went to in Detroit, where I ordered a Manhattan. They go, well, what kind of whiskey would you like?
Right.
And I said bourbon, and they said, okay. Well, in that case, instead of using a Martini Rossi sweet vermouth, we're going to use a cardamom, and we're going to toast it with a bit of lemon. Well, what if I said rye? Well, for rye, then we're actually going to use the Amarone Toscano and then mix it with. That's a fucking cocktail bar.
Right. Yeah.
Well, now I'm angry.
Yeah, I know. But I still want to try their wing challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So it's
So tell me about this.
6 wings in 6 minutes,
Okay, so you get 1 minute per wing.
right? Which seems doable.
The smart thing is to like burn through the first 4 within the first minute.
I'd clear all 6 of them in the first minute and a half.
If you could, sure.
Sure. But I don't know if they're flats or drums. So that's the other thing. Is
Flats are easier.
See, I disagree, though.
Here's why. Here's where the flat is easier. You take the flat,
I know. You twist, you take that
you
bone
hold,
out.
yeah, you bone it out. So I would spend 30 seconds boning out every single one of them. So then I could just pop them all in my mouth.
But see, for me, I can take the drumstick, and not to get graphic, but I can put the whole thing in my mouth
and just pull it out.
done.
Sure.
So I feel like that's quicker.
I mean,
But
probably as an individual thing, yeah, sure.
I mean, yeah. So 6 wings, 6 minutes.
okay.
You don't get to drink anything while you're doing it, or for the 10 minutes immediately after you finish the last wing.
That's the hard part.
That's the kicker right there.
That's the hard part.
Is because then you just sit and marinate.
Yeah. What, do we know what the sauces are?
I don't. So they just started doing this like a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, definitely a cocktail bar type of
Yeah,
activity. Yes.
absolutely.
I would be curious what it is.
Yeah.
So are they incrementally hotter, or is it just 6 already?
I think it's 6 at max peak. It's like if you go to Wing Dome, they do
Yeah, the
their
Wing Dome one,
7
yeah.
alarm. It's all the 7 alarm sauce.
Interesting.
So, but I think I'll look into it more and I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Let me also know when you go, 'cause I'll want to go with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll try it. Just the sheer fact of like I like spicy food, but I don't like it where it's painful.
Sure. This is why I would go somewhere that's 2 blocks away from my apartment.
Yeah, understood.
Because like that drive home from Kirkland, or they have one in Greenwood in Seattle too, the Wing Dome.
Okay.
That drive home would just be
Yeah,
like,
it'd be painful.
Oh my god, it's just on fire. So, anyways,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
Hot Ones, you're one behind.
One behind.
It's not great.
I can't.
He makes fun of that Alton Brown makes fun of a camera guy's shirt. That's like the best part
Like,
about it.
I gotta be honest. Like this whole season's been kind of meh for
Yeah.
me.
But also on the channel, there's the Burger Show.
Yeah, which the new episode is like the science of how to make a perfect burger.
Yeah, and it's actually super interesting. They
Yeah.
talk about terms that I can't think of.
Right.
off
They
my
talk
head.
about the consistency of the meat. They talk about
Yeah.
the fat content. They talk about a lot of things.
Right. So that episode's good. The episode they do before that, I think, added a little bar or a little diner in LA is really good. So I think the Burger Show has kind of stepped up its game the last couple episodes too.
I would agree to that. I would agree to that.
First We Feast putting out good videos. I enjoy it. So that's all I got TV and video wise.
Did you watch any movies?
I watched one movie.
What is it?
It's very recent, very timely.
Finally watched the original Godfather?
No, I watched that a long time ago.
Okay, good.
I went through like an entire mafia movie phase, like 40 movies in a month. It was great. It's when I used to get 3 Netflix discs at a time.
The originals.
Yeah. Fuck. Let's.
Yeah?
I'm gonna interrupt real quick.
Yeah, whatever you need.
Movie Pass.
Yes. Okay,
Have you
let's
heard
talk.
the latest news?
So, for those of you who don't know, Movie Pass came out $9.99 a month. You could watch as many movies as you wanted in 24 hours. That's when I had it. Then it became $50 a month, and people
Everybody
didn't like
canceled.
it anymore. Canceled it. It came back at $9.99.
Right.
With a new backer, and then they started to do surge pricing,
Uh-huh.
where you had to pay an extra $6 to see movies. And some movies weren't even available opening weekend.
Right.
But they figured out the resolution.
Oh,
It's
fuck.
now.
This is time for me to cancel mine.
Tell them, Jay.
So you're sticking with the $9.95 pricing. They got rid of the surge pricing. They got rid of extra fees, whatever. And instead, you get only 3 movies a month.
A month.
3 movies a month.
I, on my movie subscription, get 3 movies a week, any showing, including IMAX, Dolby Digital, everything else.
Right, and that was one of the things that they were trying to play with the last couple months is figuring out how to do a option where you could get the premium viewings, the
Right.
IMAXs, the 4Ks, all that. And instead, they're just like, never mind. We're just gonna go to 3 movies a month.
Now, apparently, they're producing a movie now, starring Bruce Willis.
Jesus, Die Hard, right now because we hate you.
Die
Movie Pass.
Hardest.
Yeah. But here's the shitty thing. I still don't know if I'm gonna cancel it.
You have to, man. You have to. At that price, it's not worth it.
For 3 movies a month, if
Nope.
if I was going to a movie a day, then obviously no. But literally, I go to less than 1 movie a month anyways.
All right.
I guess now that I say that out loud, I could go to 1 movie at matinee price and pay less than what I'm paying for.
Or any AMC on Tuesdays is only $5.
Yeah, but then I gotta go all the way to Alderwood.
Okay, that's true. Your closest AMC is Alderwood.
But yeah, I mean, realistically, I probably will cancel at this point.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
So, okay. Anyways, the one movie I watched was Good Will Hunting.
Had you not seen it before?
Oh no, I've seen it so many times. It is my favorite movie.
Okay.
Um.
I actually did not know that was your favorite movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting.
So Jess was down at her residency for school this last week,
Yeah.
and one of her instructors taught a whole lesson, and he kept referring to Good Will Hunting. Like, if you guys watch the movie Good Will Hunting, you'll see evidence of how this is done and things like that.
So you just wanted to...
So it was actually not even my idea. It was Jess' idea. She's like, yeah, the instructor kept talking about Good Will Hunting. I think we should watch it. I'm like, all right, let's go. But here's the funny thing. It's my favorite movie. I did not own the movie. I used to own the DVD.
Sure. And then you got rid of all your DVDs.
Even before that, my roommates, when I used to live with the roommates, one of them lost the disc. So I had an empty case with no disc. I'm like, this is frustrating. So I was like, all right, whatever. We'll just stream it. It's not streaming on Netflix. It's not streaming on Amazon. It's not
No.
streaming on Hulu. It's not streaming anywhere.
Not unless you pay for it.
So I was like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll rent it. To rent high def through like YouTube or whatever was, I think, $6.99
Okay.
or $4.99,
Yeah, that sounds more right.
something like that. Or I could rent through Amazon for like the same price, or I could buy the high def version from Amazon for $6.99. So I'm like, and I was gonna do it through YouTube only because I have Google credit from that service.
Oh, yeah. Do they
Okay.
still do that?
I get them every once in a while.
Okay, I haven't gotten one in forever.
I actually got 4 of them while I was in Dallas.
Interesting.
Hey, we noticed you were at the Hyatt recently. Yeah, I'm staying there right now for another 4 days.
Yeah.
4 days in a row. Same one came up. They gave me like 70 cents for each one.
All right, take it.
So I was like, I got $12 in Google credit now. I need to figure
Sure.
out how to spend. But then I saw it was for sale in high def digital off of Amazon for $6.99. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it.
Yep.
So that was the one movie I watched, and it's funny because I've seen it probably like 25 times now, there's still things that I will see, like little things in there. And I'm like, I didn't catch that
Interesting.
before. And one of the things that I did this time, which I haven't done before, is watch it with the captions on. So there's little like things that people say that like it'll be background noise or whatever.
But
like,
it tells you. It still tells
it'll
you.
Still happen. I'm like,
Yes.
oh fuck, I totally missed that the last 24 times.
Because you don't really hear it, or
Right.
you're focused on something else.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the one movie I watched though. Still great.
Did I tell you we were doing a show with Ben Affleck?
Oh no.
Yeah, in Salt Lake, and I've actually decided not to go. I'll be going to Rose City instead.
Oh okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. It's funny. My wife's watched the movie like 4 or 5 times now too, and you know Ben Affleck's got a younger brother, Casey. And my wife saw Casey in like Gone Girl or
Yeah.
one of those movies in the last year or two, so that's what she's used to him seeing. And then we start this movie, and it's got the names popping up, who's in it. She's like, Casey Affleck's in this? Who's Casey Affleck? I'm like, the little guy that they make fun of all the time, their younger friend. That's Casey Affleck. I'm like, yeah.
'Cause, yeah, he's so young.
Wait till he comes on screen, and she's like, oh shit, yeah, he's super young. I'm like, yeah, this is a 20-year-old movie now. Came out in 1998.
Which, okay, I'm going to digress real fast. Speaking of the age
Wait.
differences.
We're gonna digress on this show.
We're going to digress on this.
All right.
Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker?
Yeah, I don't know.
What
about
the damn
that.
hell?
I know.
What the damn hell?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want another beer?
I would love another.
All right,
beer.
let's get another beer, and I'll tell you
Okay.
about the movies I watched.
All
Well,
right.
You know what? We'll grab a little Howler Monkey while we're at it.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, we are back with Howler Monkey and more beer. However, Jay made a lot of interesting comments off air
Yeah,
about the
well,
Howler
that's
Monkey.
so what I do.
So go ahead and tell me your comments about
all
the
right,
Howler Monkey.
So first, I'm reading the label here because we read labels to you guys a lot apparently.
They love it. Don't worry about it. They love it. It's
Okay.
their favorite thing.
So, all right, so-
over the Twitter, the Facebook, read more fucking labels.
All on the MySpace and the Friendsters. All right, so the label gives its description. Listen carefully. Our original hot sauce is a traditional Caribbean-style hot sauce, unique to the country of Panama. Since when the fuck is Panama part of the Caribbean? I am pretty sure that this is a land-connected country in Central America.
There is a canal involved.
There's a canal there, but it's not out in the Caribbean at all.
But luckily, it's close to Florida, though, right?
Right, because this is fresh from Florida. It says here right on the label.
Ooh, Panama's got to be close to Florida,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. It's.
All right.
All right. Well, whatever.
All right,
Um,
Spice Lords, Howler Monkey. Howler Monkey sauce, no big deal.
No big deal.
But yeah, it's thin.
It is super thin.
I don't like how thin it is.
No.
I don't like how much it separates.
Yeah.
And you have to shake it. As you can see, I'm shaking it diligently. It starts to separate almost immediately.
Oh yeah, those seeds are dropping.
Almost immediately.
All right.
So I'm going to shake it, and I'm going to leave it on the side here. I'll let you pour yourself a little on a chip, see what you think.
All right. This seems a little tricky here.
Remember, it's a little thin, but it's got to help pour on top, which is nice. I will.
All right. So again, Howler Monkey. This is the intro sauce on the current season of Hot Ones.
A lot of vinegar.
So much vinegar.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bit of heat there towards the end once the vinegar finally washes out, but this is a debate I get into a lot. To me, this is not spicy.
No.
To the general populace, though, it may be.
So this is the problem I've encountered, and Jessica tells me this all the time. We'll have dinner with friends. I made dinner when Dan and Melinda were here. I gave Dan a hot sauce, and I put a bunch on. I go, it's fine. It's not spicy. And he had some, and he's like, and she's like, what's not spicy to you is not normal to what's spicy
Right.
to other people. Howler Monkey's not spicy. I just don't like that vinegar flavor.
No. But I have the same problem that you just described when I go out to eat with my wife. So we'll go out to like a Mexican restaurant or a Thai restaurant, Indian restaurant, and there'll be some sort of food on the table that has a spice in it.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be like, I need you to try that first to tell me if it's spicy. I'll try it. I'm like, no, it's good. It's kind of sweet, whatever. And she'll take a bite and she's like, this is super hot. I'm like, no, it's not. So.
Except I don't agree with you when you said Thai. I don't like spice in my Thai. Because I don't like the dried chili flakes they use to spice up Thai food.
Depends on the Thai restaurant you go to.
Okay.
And it also depends on what dish you're ordering. If I'm getting pad Thai, no, I'll get it without spice.
And that's what I'm talking about. Pad Thai or pad Kee Mao.
Okay. If I get a pad see ew, I'll get spice in it. Because those are a flat egg noodle.
Yes, they are.
So the egg noodle kind of cancels out some of the spice. So even if you get spice on there, it's fine.
I don't like the way the pepper they use tastes. It's always that dried Thai pepper.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Maybe it's just me. Like, maybe that's the pepper I don't like.
I also had spicy Indian food before I came here.
Which is fine. I like spicy Indian food.
I got more waiting for me at home because I didn't
There you
eat
go.
all of it. All right. What movies did you watch?
I watched 3 movies.
Okay.
The first one I watched was Ready Player One.
Okay.
I had not watched it yet.
This is your first viewing.
It is.
I have not viewed this movie yet,
Okay.
but I really want to know what your opinion is.
So as we're watching it, I found myself getting bored
Oh, okay.
because it just became too predictable.
Okay.
I knew what was going to happen on the dot.
Okay.
And so I got bored with the movie. Jess liked it.
Okay.
The next morning when I woke up and started making breakfast while she's sleeping, I liked it even less.
Okay.
Because I started to think about all the problems I had with this movie. And I was like, there are too many big problems. For instance, the main player, he's being hunted by the corporation who wants the points that he's getting.
Okay.
And they threatened to kill his parents had died when he was young. His aunt took him in.
Okay.
They murdered his aunt.
Bastards.
But within 20 minutes, he was meeting this girl for the first time, trying to hit on her, and never once mentioned what happened to his aunt until again later in the movie how much it upset him. When very clearly it didn't, bro. Within 20 minutes of your aunt dying, murdered by this corporation, you're trying to get your dick wet. Now, we all grieve in different ways. I understand. But that's what anal's for.
Whoa.
That's how you grieve.
Whoa. All right.
So
Okay. Okay.
it was a lot of things like that. I was just all like, it's actually, the more I think about it, the less and less and less I like this movie.
Okay. So I've only talked to one other person who watched the movie. Let me ask you this before I go into. When you watched the trailer for the movie, did it seem interesting to you?
No.
Okay, so you were completely like, no, I don't even want to.
I shouldn't say it didn't seem interesting to me. It very much seemed like, one, a cash grab by, hey, you're going to throw a lot of nostalgia at you. And I get that's the book also.
Okay.
But 2, it was definitely a movie like, I'll wait till I can rent that on Vudu.
Okay. So the other guy that I know that went and saw it, him and I actually were at another movie and we saw the trailer for the first time together.
Okay.
We watched it and we were both like, that looks terrible. Kind of the same thing.
Sure.
They're throwing all this IP in there, nostalgia grab, whatever. It's not going to be great. Neither of us had read the book. So he ended up going and seeing the movie. And he's like, I actually surprisingly liked it. I thought it was enjoyable. I thought it was a fun movie. I still haven't seen it, so I don't have an opinion on it. But it's interesting that I have 2 very opposite
opinions on it. Sure.
Yeah. So, okay. So that was your first movie.
Second movie was Christopher Robin.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so Jessica very much wanted to see Christopher Robin.
Okay.
And I said I would go because we're starting to do this thing where it's early Saturday morning movies.
Okay.
Because nobody's there yet.
Right.
It's quiet. We were all up in our pajamas after breakfast. So fine. We did Christopher Robin. There were a lot of kids there.
Of course.
When I saw the trailer, I did not think this was a kid's movie.
This was it's a nostalgia movie based on adults' childhoods.
Yes.
But not meant for current children.
It is not meant for children. Like 15 minutes into this movie, it was well established this is not a kid's movie.
Okay.
This was a movie about an adult who lost his innocence and lost what made life special, and him realizing that.
Okay.
This was not no child, like kids got bored, kids didn't give a shit. Like
Okay.
it's not a kid's movie.
Okay.
I liked it well enough. The Winnie the Pooh characters were in there. They almost got to the point where they're in there too much, but then they pulled it back at some point, then brought them back in others.
Okay.
So that it was, it was fine. They
Okay.
didn't ruin any part of the movie.
Sure.
Ewan McGregor did the best job in this movie. So the whole promise is Christopher grows up. He becomes an adult. He never goes back to the 100-acre woods. Eventually, his wife and his daughter were going to go to the countryside. He, once again, couldn't go because of work. She then pretty much tells him, well, she's going and she may not be coming back. He's focusing on work. Pooh, for the first time ever, the door to the acres opens. Pooh comes out, bumps into Christopher Robin, teaches him what's really important in life, and that's it. That's the movie.
Okay.
It is not a whimsical children's movie.
Okay. So I'm actually wanting to go see this movie.
Yeah.
Jess is making fun of me for it. But I'm like, no, I kind of want to go see it.
Go watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's like I said, though, it is more... So I think people are expecting it to be like Paddington.
Sure.
It's not.
Okay.
It is not a Paddington. While Pooh's funny at some points, it's not funny because he's making jokes. It's just, yeah.
Okay.
Go watch it.
Sure.
The last movie I watched was A Quiet Place.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
John Krasinski, Emily Blunt.
Right.
Two little kids.
They make too much noise.
That make too much noise. It was good
Okay.
up until the last 20 minutes.
Is that when they reveal who it is that's chasing them?
No, you know
Okay.
within the first 3 minutes who's
Okay.
chasing him and
Okay.
why. So, have you seen it?
I have not, but I'm probably not going to.
Ready for some? You want to borrow the Blu-ray?
No.
All right. I'm sorry. You want to borrow the DVD?
You got to
so-
take it out of your binder case first.
How dare you? It comes in the same case as the Blu-ray. So the whole thing is there's these creatures that are hunting humans and they're killing everybody.
Right.
They can't see. They can only hear things.
Right.
By the time people find out, like, we've lost half our population. So the other half has gone underground, doing everything they can to be quiet. But at a certain point, you can only be so quiet. Like what happens when you give birth, or you drop
Right.
a glass, or
Right.
you sneeze, right? So people are dying. So the movie starts out with learning how to be quiet and them losing a kid instantly. Within the first 10 minutes of the movie, one of their kids dies.
Okay. Is this the kid that knocks over the candlestick?
No,
Oh.
that kid lives.
Ah, son of a bitch. That kid should die.
That kid should die. So one of his kids is deaf. And,
Oh, jeez.
right?
Okay.
So how do you be quiet when you're deaf?
Right.
So he's trying to make hearing aids that work for her. She's the reason the other boy died. So she thinks he's mad at him for, like, that it's her fault.
Okay.
So they have a very strained relationship. So this whole time, hunting, trying to be safe from these monsters because she's about to give birth. So like they have like a little soundproof thing for the baby. So they have to put a little oxygen mask on him so he can cry and be in the soundproof thing and
Okay.
all this other stuff. And you're just like, okay, fine. And then it starts to get off the rails a little too much towards the end. And then he dies.
John Krasinski.
John Krasinski dies.
Oh. Eh.
But one of the last things he did was he gave his daughter a new hearing aid.
Okay.
And when the monsters get close, because he doesn't know really what he's doing, so it emits this pitch.
Okay.
And it affects them. It pretty much paralyzes them. And it hurts them to the point where they are like on the ground, like screaming in pain, and Emily Blunt shoots their heads off.
Oh. Okay.
Because Otherwise, they're armored, but they're lying there screaming, so you can get a bullet down
Yeah.
into them and kill them.
Right.
And that's kind of how it ends. That 3 more show up, but they all get affected, so they know what to
Okay.
do. Here's where I have a huge problem with this. Okay, so this whole time, John Krasinski is down in his little fucking man cave, and he has newspaper articles and things from the government that they know that they only can hear, and they know they're affected by sound. So you're telling me that no one else in the history of the world thought to use sound against them?
Right.
Up until this one girl happened to have a shitty hearing aid that happened to disable them? Are you fucking high? You're telling me that no other world government, not even the U.S., because the fucking Alcadians know how to kill. You're telling me that no other government figured out, oh, they're only affected by sound? Huh, we should try some sort of sonic weaponry against them? Nah, fuck it.
No.
Let's just keep trying to shoot them with a shotgun.
But here's the problem with that logic. Then the whole plot of the movie would have been some guy with a room full of tuning forks.
Yeah.
And every time, ting, nope, ting, nope, ting. That's all that would have been.
So it just gets to the other thing that really, really bothered me about this movie is he takes his son out to try to teach him how to be quiet but still hunt for food and provide. And he takes him to this waterfall where they can talk and they can yell because it's so loud because of the waterfall the creatures can't hear them. Then why don't you fucking live there, homie?
Right?
Why do you live out in the middle
Why do you live in an isolated cabin where there's no other sound around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to living right where you're talking
Right.
and yelling because it's safe there, you dipshit. So I liked the movie, but then again,
I can tell.
so I liked the movie, but then when all this kind of stuff started coming up more towards the end of the movie, I'm all like, did you guys just decide to stop thinking it through? Because they did a lot of really smart things. Like every morning, John Krasinski would wake up and he had this pouch of sand and he would pour sand on the walk path because it's quieter to walk on sand.
Okay.
So they did a lot of smart things. So I'm like, your writers were smart enough to think of that shit, but not this stuff? Like, where the fuck are you at with
They
this?
wrote all that before the edibles kicked in.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like I said, like I liked it up until that last 20 minutes where I was just like, and then you just decided to give up on logic, common sense, just right out the window.
All right.
So I will say it was smart the way they used the silence because it did keep you more engaged. You were more in suspense and all that kind of stuff. And
Sure.
So yeah,
Okay.
A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Comics.
I have one thing to talk about.
Oh,
before we get
what?
into comics.
What? Tell me.
So, as you know, I was down in the Dallas area last week.
You were in the Dallas area?
Just northeast of Dallas is a city called Frisco.
Yes.
Are you familiar with Frisco?
I know it's there.
Okay. It's
I mean, I don't think there's anything to familiarize yourself with.
it last year in 2017 was the fastest growing city in all of the United States. So it's got that going for it. It's also the home to the Dallas Cowboys training facility,
Okay.
as well as the Dallas Rattlers lacrosse team,
Oh.
as well as the National Video Game Museum.
What?
Right? You didn't know such a thing existed. To be fair, nor did I until I got into Frisco and I was looking for things to do and it showed up on Google Maps.
And
For $12,
I like the price point.
you can go in and you can see the National Video Game Museum. I was in there probably 2.5 hours.
It's just a bunch of fat dudes playing like the original
No.
NES.
No. First mistake I made was not knowing that there was a elementary school field trip there the day that I just happened to stumble in. But it wasn't too bad.
At least you got carrot sticks and orange slices out of the deal.
No, I wish. They were going in phases because you can't send more than 12 kids in at a time, whatever. So I went in and I saw this happening. I'm like, I'm going to go sit in the car for 20 minutes. So I did that. I came back in, and they were all out of the entryway. So I was like, all right, that's fine. Well, I don't care once I'm in there. So I buy my ticket to go in. They've got the whole thing split up into sections. So it's like, oh, section 1 is the birth of the video game. So it's just a huge wall that's just devoted to like Pong.
Okay.
Because Pong was the first commercial video game. So they've got like a 10-foot screen and 2 little pedestal controllers where people sit at the pedestal and play Pong
Oh, yeah,
on the
that's cool.
10-foot screen. Except you've got all these 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds that don't understand the concepts. So it's legit original Pong controller where it's the ball that
Yeah.
you roll to move your paddle. So they're like they're playing Golden Tee. So they're like, why isn't the thing moving right? Why isn't it moving right? And I'm just like, but so yeah, stage 1 it's Pong. They've got that big one, and then they talk about how Pong came to the market and everybody wanted it, so all these other developers jumped on and made variants. There was Space Pong, there was Cowboy Pong, there was everything like that. So they've got a wall that shows you all the different Pongs that were out there.
Interesting.
Then you hop over to stage 2, and it's a wall of every home video game system released from that standalone Pong all the way to the Xbox 360.
So like the Commodore, the Atari, like
It's got all. It had like 55 consoles on the wall, and then it had 3 or 4 screens you could come up to. And it had a big SNES controller looking thing, and you could use that to navigate through the screen. And you'd go to this console, you'd hit the button, and it'd give you the whole history. It'd give you
Oh,
popular
that's
titles,
cool.
rare titles, other things that were happening at the time when that came out. So I spent like 40 minutes just that, going through all the different consoles and reading about them. And they had like the Neo Geo, the TurboGrafx, the ColecoVision, like everything. The
Sega Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was on there. There was the one, I can't remember the name of it now. Neo Geo and Apple, I think it was Neo Geo, and Apple teamed up in '95 to make a home video game console.
Really?
Didn't take off at all, but it was there.
Because that's back when they did like the Apple IIe and the Commodore. Nobody gave a shit.
Yeah. So there's that. There's a stage that's all about portable games. So that's when it got into your Game Boy, your Game Boy Color, your
Sure.
Advance, your Sega Game Gear, your Atari Lynx.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. Did it talk about the original ones where like you would buy? It was just Ninja Turtles. It only played this one Ninja Turtles game.
They had a whole setup of. I'll show you this picture. Just the little like mini arcade type.
Yeah. And it was like the background was solid, and it was just little LCD screens that moved.
They had a whole wall of this. They had my coworker has this on his desk.
That's awesome.
So I took that for him. That was pretty cool. One game I played I have to talk about. It's fucking ridiculous. It was originally a Dreamcast game. When you were in school, did you have to take like typing classes?
Yes.
Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
No.
All the right type.
I don't
No.
remember what it was
Okay.
called.
Anyways, at my school we had all the right type. And it was just a program. You loaded it up on a screen and it gave you a thing and you just typed along home row keys, this, that, and the other thing. For Dreamcast, they had a game that combined that with all of your like zombie alien shooter games. You know, your arcade game where you've got the gun attached to the wire. And fucking amazing. It was called The Type of the Dead. So you'd have a zombie that popped out, and it would show a word on the screen, and you had to type the word as fast as you could and correctly to shoot the zombie. And it started out super easy. Like, beginning level 1, it's the, it, and, but, like,
Right.
by level 3, I got through the first 3 stages before I decided to go do something else. By the end of level 3, you're typing entire fucking sentences with punctuation to shoot the zombie one time. And everything, like capital spaces, periods, everything has to be correct. Otherwise, it doesn't
register, yeah.
And then you die.
Because that was before it would spell check for you. That's before it would do all that stuff.
Right.
Crazy.
So, The Type of the Dead. Actually, I have the game cover picture. Or The Typing of the Dead.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, like,
I love you, Sony.
I sat there, I went through like 3 full stages, then I'm like, alright, I'll go off. But they have like an Oculus set up, and they have all the old like computer terminal games that you can test out. Super cool. If anybody ever finds themselves in the Dallas area, I encourage you to go up to Frisco. It's only like a 30-minute drive. Access to the museum's $12. And at the very end, they have like a full arcade with a bunch of different, like I played Wolfenstein on the arcade. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I like that. I'll do that next time I'm in Dallas.
Okay. Now on to comics.
All right. So my pulls this week. I'm gonna start with the very top thing, which was a free issue given to me.
I'm sorry. That's
No.
usually not a good sign.
I think this concept is genius, and I'm gonna buy the first issue.
Okay.
Because the first issue's $8, but it's 64
God
pages.
damn.
64 pages.
Okay.
So it's called Rolled and Told,
By
So-
Quillian Press.
which is part of Lion's Forge.
Okay.
So, what this is it's a D&D adventure.
Okay.
It gives you all the stats, all the villains, all the monsters, everything you need to play this adventure campaign, as well as the accompany. See, there's the maps.
Oh wow.
There's the story. Here's
Okay.
everything, but it's all told to you in comic book form with all the information, how to give the XP, the monster manual, the character stats.
Okay.
So you play this campaign. If you get together once a week for 4 hours, the issue's done. Next month is the next issue, the continuing part of the campaign.
Okay, and so this is like source book for the story. Is every issue gonna have that same content, or
It will continue the story, so you
Okay.
keep playing
okay.
the game.
I didn't know if like you needed this issue to be able to play in the other issues, or
So essentially what happens is like the first issue will take you through the first 8 hours of the game.
Okay.
The second issue will take you from hours 9 through 16.
Interesting.
The next issue will take you from it.
okay, that's actually a really cool.
And I'm all
concept.
like, I'm totally in.
yeah.
Yes, I'm in.
Okay.
Awesome. Free issue. I'm going to get the first one.
All right. All right.
So on my actual pulls this week, The Beauty issue 22, Daredevil 606, The Sandman Universe issue 1. I
Okay.
did not like the original Sandman story.
No.
But I liked Lucifer. And I liked
Okay.
Hellblazer.
Okay.
I keep trying Sandman stuff just to see if maybe one day I'll finally say it doesn't suck.
Okay.
So I'm trying issue 1. Batman Detective Comics 986, The Flash 52, the final issue of Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps, issue 50, Red Hood and the Outlaws 25. These are both exercised anniversary issues.
I know this issue 25 is driving me crazy.
Titans issue 24, Superman issue 2, previews, which comes with the DC previews book, the Marvel previews book, the Image Plus magazine, the DC Nations magazine, and then the rest of previews.
Uh-huh.
In the book I will be talking about this week, The Fantastic Four #1.
Okay. My pull list might be slightly smaller. It might be the same size. I don't know. It's getting longer and longer each week.
Isn't that funny how that always happens?
Right? And when I cut back on books, too, or books end, I'm like, okay, it's going down. And then, oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah, until Rolled and Told came out, and now you're back in with another one.
I got Catwoman #2, Exiles #6, Hal Jordan the Green Lantern Corps #50, Supergirl 21, The Flash 52, The Beauty 22, Titans 24, X-Men Blue 33, and Dead Hand #5.
So I will say, Supergirl #21. That
I
is
know.
the first story after the Bendis Man of Steel story
Right.
arc.
Yeah, so I gotta read that.
Do you need to walk away with that?
I think I might.
Okay,
Okay.
that's easy enough.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Okay. Did you want to talk about Fantastic Four? Or you want me to talk about my book? What do you want?
So Fantastic Four #1, written by Dan Slott, art by Sarah Pichelli. We are bringing the Fantastic Four back. This was slated before they announced that, and everyone's like, "Well, sure," because they got the movie rights back. This has been in works for 3 months now.
Okay.
So who knows what the reason is? They're bringing back the Fantastic Four. We know that after Secret Wars, they stopped Doom from controlling the universe. Doom came back to our reality and decided to be a hero. Ben Grimm, the Thing, and Johnny Storm came back to our reality. Sue, Reed, and the kids, Franklin and Valeria, have just been gone.
Okay.
And nobody knows where. No one knows what happens, and no one knows what's going on. This whole issue was about Ben moving on with his life, knowing they're never coming back, and Johnny not willing to accept it. Always looking for a sign, starting to do things like at the hair of a moment because anything could possibly be a sign. And then the very last page, they finally receive an actual sign
Of
from
course.
Rude. From
Rude.
yeah.
From
If
Bobby
it's
Roode.
Reed and Sue mixed together, it's Rude.
Okay.
From
I
Reed
thought
and
maybe
Sue.
they got a message from Bobby Roode and just said glorious.
That would be amazing, and then I would buy that book in single issues. But this one I'm not. So we find out that obviously Reed and Sue are still alive. So now they're gonna go find them. It was fine.
Okay.
It was fine. Was it $4.99? I'm sorry, $5.99. Fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like I said, it was fine. I've been getting a lot of issue ones. If I like it, I'm just getting the trades.
Okay.
I actually can't. From my pull list, I've removed Justice League. I'm just gonna do it in trade.
Okay.
Justice League Odyssey. I'm just gonna do it in trade. Justice League Dark. I'm just gonna do it in trade. I think next on that chopping block is gonna be Superman in Action Comics.
Okay.
Because it's just I'm gone too much. Superman. These books, like I'm reading the issues. I'm like, all right, that's fine. But I'm just not like die hard. I want to read it as soon as it comes out.
Right.
So, and it's easier to take a trade or two on a plane than it is 30 single issues.
Or just a tablet with 500 comics on it.
Do I just like take a photo of each page and that way I just read it later? Like, how does that work?
You gotta scan into the microfiche machine. And
Okay.
Then,
Yep. Just carry the films with me. Got it.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. Fuck. Sorry. It just reminded me. I watched on YouTube last night. Carol Burnett show. Are you familiar?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She has a new show too
Does she really?
on Netflix. A Netflix original.
Oh Jesus. There was a skit, and it made me laugh, partially because air travel is so much differently now. Like you don't walk straight up to the gate and then there's a security guy there like you guys. Anyways, guy walks up to security.
It's been announced that TSA is going to be pulling out of 12 regional airports in the United States.
Oh, interesting.
There will be no more TSA at all at these airports.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, carry on.
Guy walked up there and he's getting hassled and he's got like a film in his suitcase and the security guy's trying to open the suitcase, key breaks off, so they like break into it and it's whatever. Ends up getting shaving cream, closes the suitcase on the top of the shaving cream and
Explodes.
it's anyways, sorry.
Hilarity ensued.
Anyways, all right. So the book I want to talk about, Dead Hand number 5.
Yes.
Fucking great book.
Trade's coming out. We just listed in this issue of previews.
Okay. Care if I spoil a little bit of
Not
it
at all.
for you?
You can spoil everything you want. I'll still read it.
So I've talked a little bit about this book already because it's so good. There's this town in the first issue you find out is actually like it seems like a normal town. Then you find out it's in this very remote, hidden area of like Russia. And you're like, whoa, what the hell? And as it progresses, you start realizing that there's some secrets in the town. Well, we find out what the hell is up with the town in this issue.
Oh.
So during the Cold War, the Russians were trying to automate their missile defense system
Sounds right to me.
because their problem was that it always came down to a human having to turn a key or press a button to annihilate millions of people. And there was always the human factor, so they made like have a conscience and say no. Shocking. So
Fucking humans just ruining war.
So they wanted to create artificial intelligence to run their missile system.
Oh, okay.
Well, they did it.
Omega Red.
Yeah, right? Oh, fucking hate. And they actually did it much faster than they thought they were going to. So by the time the Cold War was done, they had this system online. Well, the problem is if the avatar that runs the system finds out that the war's over and that Russia really lost, it's going to fucking launch the missiles.
Oh, interesting.
So this town was built as a facade to keep the kid Roger placated so that he doesn't launch all these nukes. And you can't take the nukes offline because if he senses that you're messing with the system, he's gonna fucking launch the nukes and because he thinks it's an attack. So the entire purpose of the town is to just keep this AI calm so that he doesn't end the world. And that was Operation Dead Hand, was coming up with this AI.
Okay.
So that's why the book's called dead hand. There's one of the female leaders in the town has a teenage daughter who has now discovered this secret. Discovered the kid, because you can actually see the kid, the AI projection. So her mom and then the military leader that's running the town security explain everything to her. She's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do with that information? And then there's other people from the outside that are now trying to get into the town. So now that this girl knows what it is, the top people have to go try to prevent these intruders from coming in. And
Like,
so,
I dig it, man. Like, I like Kyle Higgins solo stuff.
oh yeah. So yeah, great book. Like I said, 5 issues in. Go pick up all 5 issues. Support this book.
Support Kyle Higgins.
Oh yeah.
So it's just funny, which leaves me excited. I've been saying I've been buying a lot of trades.
Uh-huh.
I spoke with a friend of the show, Zub. I'm like, hey, man, look, I'm not buying single issues. What's the best way to support you? And he said, buy trades at Comic Cons from me and other people.
Oh, sure.
And I never really thought about it, but I'm like, well, why? Like, what's the reason if I buy it from you if I buy it from my local comic store? He goes, local comic store, you support them. He goes, buying the trades from us, Image gives us X amount for free.
Yeah.
So we profit all that money.
Right.
So this way I can buy my single issues at my comic store, but then my trades from them and kind of help the whole industry as a whole. So if you can't find issues 1 through 5, buy your trade specifically from Kyle Higgins
Do
at
it.
the next show.
I'm sure he'll be around.
He always is.
Yeah.
That's it for me this week.
That's all I got.
We'll be back sometime.
I'll be here next week. I don't know if you will. You'll not.
No, I'll be in Anaheim.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometime.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Bye.